I love Rookie cookies. Like what?
Rookie Critic on YouTube, everyone. He's making great movies, and he is funny and fun. He reminds me of the good old days of Awesome Channel Awesome.
Rookie is known for awesome cookies. Cookies so awesome, it makes you feel you want to eat them. Oh yeah.
By the way, your films are great. I love the Rookie Critic.
Yeah, let's hear one of your crazy dating stories.
Yeah.
Ooh, curse you, I guess. Curse you. It is about that hour. I guess I should mark that down or something. It's around the 5 hours and 45-minute mark where I start talking about the dating stories again. So for some of you, this might be retreading some old stories, but for those who don't remember, or it's been a while, or you haven't heard of it before, I'm about to belch, but let's hope that it's just a burp and not a puke. All right, so after graduation,
imagine burp.
if it was Pabst Blue Ribbon did that to me once, and I thought it was Bud Light, but they lied to me. Anyway, so after graduation, my buddy that was going to the Marines was like, "Hey, check out this dating app, POF. You might meet a chick. You never know." And I'm like, "Okay, that's fine. I can do that." And I'll start talking to some women, and there's already one ready to talk to me. So I was like, "Okay." Angie was that girl's name, and we were talking, and it was okay, but goddamn, she wanted to meet up at some point, and I was like, okay, let's go on a date. Like, let's go meet at a restaurant or meet at somewhere else to go do something. She's like, no, let me come to your house. And I was like, why? And she's like, well, because it's where I want to meet you. And I'm like, okay. Sure thing. And then she comes to my house. I give her my address. She comes to my house, and I didn't have an actual bed at the time. I had a mattress that I'd kind of pull down. The transition from getting an actual bed or something from the mattress, and the mattress.
Hey, baby, let me explain my bed.
And so we're on the floor and watching TV, and I'm in my head, in my just graduated brain. I'm like, what are we going to do? We just met and you just want to be at my house. Are we going to play cards or something? What do you want to do? Like, in my head, I'm like, I don't know what to do. And she just, she answered that question for me by just sitting on top of my lap. And I'm like, oh, hello. And, she starts, kind of making out with me a little bit. But I got to admit at the time, I was just not feeling it. I was just like, nah, that's not what I'm feeling right now. Which I know sounds weird, guys. I know. But don't worry. It gets better later. But so the rest of that time was just kind of weird. We just kind of cuddled, and then she went home, and it was whatever. We didn't really talk for a week. But then I was mowing the lawn, and the testosterone or something was hitting me, and I was like, I'm going to text this chick again and bring her over properly. I know what she wanted to do now. And now it's going to be fun. And, and then I'm like, okay. So I invite her over again, and we were going to hang out and whatnot a little bit, and then get to the bedroom and do some stuff, and it was all right. But this chick started to become weird. She was like starting while we're trying to get into a zone. She's like, "Hey, wouldn't it be kind of cool if we like lived together?" And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And, in my head, I was like, no, whatever. And she's like, no, wouldn't it be cool if we like shared a car and we had a house, we can get our own things and whatever. I only knew this chick for like not that long. And I was like, no, that's not sounding good. And as we're trying to go about the night, I was getting less and less interested the more and more she was talking about this kind of stuff. So I was like, no. And she was trying harder and harder, and I'm like, no, you've said too much. I say, because she wanted to live together, and I'm like, she wanted to live in the house together, and I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? I don't even have a car yet. What the live with a girl I just met online? No, not in my plans. No. And so she left, and I was like, okay, that's fine. She left, and then I guess you could probably post on Twitter that I'm spilling my dating stories by now, by the way, if you want to, because that's funny.
Yeah, I'm telling that chick deuces.
Like a good mod.
Anyway, so I'm like, I don't really want to do this with you. She tried doing stuff to make me happy while we're here still, and I'm just like, I'm not thinking about that right now. I'm not happy. No, this ain't working. Not at all. Nope, not happening anymore. So she goes home and she texts me something, and I didn't respond. I never responded to her, and I wasn't sure if that was a good move or a bad move, but it was. I feel like that was actually probably a good move because I don't know what I'd say. I'd be like, no, I don't want to fucking live with you. So I end up not responding at all. But she wanted us to literally like move into a house together. And I'm like, I just got a job at Subway a week before we started seeing each other. And that was my first job. So no, that was not in the plans.
See, all of this.
I had a guy do that.
A guy did that. Wow.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Like he didn't.
And it's like, hold my beer, bro. I'm going to meme you in a sec.
But a guy I was dating, he bought a house, and he was like, here. And I was like, fuck.
Well, I was kind of not quite that bad, but I married my wife after 4 months. But we're still married.
Yeah.
Almost 18 years later.
That's all. See, that's a good ending for you and a good story with that.
Mm-hmm.
But this was just number one out of the many crazy chicks I met on POF. I didn't mention that. Plenty of Fish was the dating website. Plenty of Fish.
Plenty of whales.
Yes, plenty of fish. Actually, what I wish it was called, because none of these women, only one of the women that I met were actually like in shape. The rest were all kind of, but that's all right.
Did they match their picture profile?
I'm kind of big too, so I'm like, whatever. That's not the biggest deal in the world, but goddamn, the personalities were hard to get used to be honest. Chick number two was actually a good friend for a little while. We kind of met and we were like, not feeling the chemistry, but I do like hanging around you, so we can be friends. That's fine. We're gonna still meet our own people on POF and whatever. Okay, cool, that's fine. She was all right, and she was, she's okay. But then number three, number three was like the craziest of the bitches that came around from POF. And hold on, do I have super chat? Hold on. Yeah, I do. Snowdub. Oh, damn, he's not in here yet. That's gonna be funny for Snowdub. Hold on, let's see if I can read in proper English. Snowdub Music Entertainment for $5. Thank you, my friend. He says, happy birthday, Rookie. Next round on me. Much love. Hashtag tuck and roll. Hashtag cotton connection. Hashtag trans fat. Hashtag gender check. Fuck yeah, man. The
hail.
Well, if you go to Thailand, you definitely want to do that gender check.
For translation, tuck and roll means tuck your dick and roll. The cotton connection means you are a puppet and a muppet and a friend. Trans fat is the chat that we are a part of, and gender check is you get kicked in the crotch and see what the fuck gender you are. So that helps clarify for those who don't know what that is. 10-minute warning, bros, for what? What?
I gotta go.
Oh,
yeah, I gotta bounce out.
Yeah, I gotta go too.
Oh shit! Okay, before I continue my conversation about my dating life, you guys got anything? Do you guys have anything that you want to talk about?
How about you send me my lines for that skit you're writing?
Cool. All right, so number three.
Oh, we did the German three. I like that.
Yeah, well, I don't do number three like a baby. No, it's number three like a fucking man. Number three was this one chick who I talked to for about a week, and then she was like, "Hey, let's meet up." And I was like, "Well, okay, damn, that's new. Are you gonna talk? You want to meet up after a week of talking? Sure." And then we met up at a round table. We went at a round table pizza to eat some pizza, and I was.
Oh, I thought you just literally met a table that was round.
No, the round table pizza restaurant, and we were eating. Well, I was eating pizza. She ate like one bite and was like, "I don't like pizza." Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I didn't say that to her, of course. I was like, "Oh, that's okay, sure, whatever," in my head. And then we went. we went and saw Jupiter Rising. That was out at the time, and oh my god, I was looking forward to it because that'd be a cool space movie. It wasn't. It wasn't a cool space movie. It's fucking lame. And when we're sitting in the theater, I had my arm like around her back, of course, and she's like pressing up against it, like hella, making it go to sleep. And I'm like, you fat bitch, fucking lay off a little bit, so I can, have my arm not fall asleep on you. And then we saw a commercial for ice cream, and she's like, I can't eat ice cream. And I'm like, I thought I was fucking picky. I'm the picky one, and you don't like ice cream. What the fuck is this shit? So, that day didn't go that well. But then, I didn't have a car, so it was late. It was like, 10:30 at night, and she was going to be my ride home. And she was like, oh, I don't know where you live exactly and how to get back. So I'm going to have to go back to my place and get a GPS, and then I can drive you home. And I was like, you go back to your place? What the fuck? Since it's a third date. So I was like, okay. And then we went back to her place for a second. Her grandpa was there. That's awkward as hell. A first date, and I, meet the grandpa. That was very weird. And I was like, okay, she's out in the boonies, kind of, like in the wilderness, not that many neighbors. I was like, it's fucking weird, but whatever. And then we go. So she ends up dropping me off at home at some point, and then I was like, okay, I'm not really going to see this chick again. But then I got horny at some point in the week, and I was like, maybe we can talk. And then we talked again, and we were fancying. I know you're fucking loving this. and we were talking, exchanging our texts, and we were both getting kind of like, yeah, this is pretty good. We could do another meeting. Okay, no problem. And then we meet up, and we were gonna have dinner. And it was after work, and she picks me up, and I was like, hey, so where do you want to go to eat? She's like, oh, I already ate dinner. And I didn't eat shit. And I was like, what the fuck, you already ate dinner? We said we're going to get dinner together. She's like, no, I already ate. I'm like, well, I'm fucking hungry, so let's go eat somewhere to eat. And so she takes me to Burgerville. And then I'm eating. As I'm eating, she's not saying anything to me. She's just watching me eat. And that was weird as fuck, guys. Like, I was like, she's just watching me eat. And I was like, you going to say anything? She's like, no. Okay. Because in the first date that we met, I did a lot of the talking and asked a lot of questions. She answered all the questions pretty simply, pretty straightforward, not too much detail. But she didn't have anything to ask me. And I was like, well, all right, I'll just eat my burger while you watch me creepily. Thank you. And then we went to my house, and my mother was home, but I was like, shh, just be quiet. We'll watch a movie, and we'll make out or something. And so we watched Tremors, because she never watched Tremors, but she wanted to, and I love Tremors. So I was like, okay, watch Tremors, and we'll have some fun, I guess, afterward. And god damn it, we started to make out, which I thought was going to be fun, but lo and behold, it wasn't that fun. It was like she starts doing this when she makes out, like, tell me if this is normal, guys. She goes. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing with your tongue? She's like, I'm making out. No, you're not. I didn't say that to her, of course. In my head, I'm like, what the fuck is she doing with her tongue?
Ricky's like, why did I show her Tremors? She's worming her tongue into my face hole.
Like, I'm no expert. I'm no expert at all. I'm no expert in any way, shape, or form. But I'm like, that ain't how you fucking make out. Like, just stick your tongue out and go, boo, suck my tongue. No, that's not how it works. And I was like, I just kind of put off by that, really. I was like, let's watch Tremors 2. We don't need to
move on to the sequel.
We don't need to continue now. We'll just cuddle. That's fun. Let's just cuddle and shut up. Okay, that's fine. And then after that, she tries to give me a hickey on my neck. And I'm like, I got to go to work and school tomorrow, so get the fuck off my neck. It's in my head what I was saying, but I'm like, no, lower if you want to have any, suckage of some kind, sure, but not on my neck where people can go, hey, look, you got a hickey, bro. That'd be stupid.
Ricky has to get his curling iron and burn his neck.
With my long flowing hair. Yes.
The Senate asked about the grandpa. Did he cane you, Rook?
I'll address the chat in a moment. Not yet. But I gotta finish the story. So then after that, I was like, oh, this is going nowhere. Shit. Anything we can try out, maybe? I don't know, for fun. And she was just like not. She was not very fun, guys. You know, she was like, okay, finger me. And I'm like, okay, sure, no problem. Just be quiet because my mom next door, you know, don't fucking be loud, you know. And she's like, okay. She's making weird ass noises. Like, what's coming out of your mouth? What is that noise? What are you doing? What are you doing? And I'm like, are you okay if I like cover your mouth? Anyway, skip that part, and we end up watching Tremors 3 as she goes to sleep.
But you watch Tremors 2 though, right?
Yes, we already watched that.
Okay. So you
So it's like in the morning by now, and she finally goes to sleep on my arm once again, making it go to sleep like fucking A, you know. And I did not go to sleep. I forced myself to stay awake all night, and I had the remote in my hand to watch Netflix all fucking night. So I did, and she woke up like let's say 10 a.m. and I'm like, God damn, get off my fucking arm, thank you, you know. And then finally I'm like, okay, so what you doing today? She's like, oh, I don't know. I liked our time together tonight. I'm like, really? Based on what? And she ends up, so I forgot to mention, she gave me presents. Like she gave me Smarties, the candy, because I love Smarties. And I was like, thanks. Okay, I guess. And it was around the Super Bowl time. And I hate the Super Bowl actually, which is funny, but she thought I liked football. And I'm like, no, fuck football. You know, like basketball, but whatever. And I appreciated the gesture. The gesture was nice. That was fine. I liked that. But then I was just like, no, this ain't working out. No, honey, this ain't working out. So go. The point is, she tried to get in my pants that night, and I was like, no, I'm good. Let's not do that tonight. And the next day, she ends up, before she leaves, she's like all trying to hold hands with me, like, oh, I can't wait to see you tomorrow. Oh, I love you. And I'm like, you were a nice friend. Thank you. Get out of my house. It's kind of my idea. And then she leaves. And then I text her. I'm like, you know, we're just friends, right? And she's like, oh my God, what the fuck is wrong with you? I wanted to fall in love with you and have a baby with you because I only have 1 year before I can actually have babies or something. And I can never have babies again. Thanks for wasting my time now. Something about surgery and then I'll never have babies ever again. Thanks for wasting my time now. Bye. And I was like, I denied the sex and I didn't get trapped. She offered it and I was like, nah, bro, I'm good. And she was going to try to trap my ass into a pregnancy thing. And I said no. And like I have examples before, the seed in my family will take hold if it gets into a woman. So my brother has like 5 kids. I had 3 kids, and I'm not gonna get into that, but no, it wouldn't normally work. But he had 3 kids anyway, and it's like, you know, all my cousins have at least 3 kids. So it's like the seed in my family would go strong. So I denied it. I denied the sex, and we didn't have nothing. But this chick was fucking crazy. She wanted me to get her pregnant. What the fuck? Anyway, that was my story number 3.
Wow.